All righty, thank you, George. All right, it's 7 o'clock and we're going to get started. I'd like to welcome the people that are here to the September ZBA meeting. Noreen, would you please do roll call?
Kevin Scully.
Present.
Chip Rostiglione.
Here.
Steve Shaw.
Here.
John Seeley.
Here.
Zach Murphy.
Here.
Please stand for the pledge. And please just make note of the fire exits if needed, behind you and then behind us. All right, we'll get on to new public hearing. Pena.
He's not here yet. Let's move on to number
Okay.
two, hopefully. I spoke to
All right, the next one up for the new public hearing would be Abrams. Sure those are on and pull them as close as you can. Please state your names.
Lynn Abrams.
Joe Fedor.
How you guys doing, all right?
Good. How are you?
So remember, this is on for a public hearing for the first time, so if the postings and mailings are all in order, it's appropriate to take a motion to open the public hearing.
Make a motion to open a public hearing.
Second that?
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 So would you just give us a recap of what you're looking to do here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we were the ones that had a leaky sunroom, and we went ahead and made the roof a little bit straighter, took out the windows, and we're looking for the variance for the roof over the walkway.
Zach, you had a drawing of that or a map of that, did you?
Have it with.
Because I didn't have that.
Are you going to show the board visually what the project is, where it is?
Sure. We have the one in here, right? We also sent the sealed ones for these guys
having
to
some
look
e-
at.
I have it.
Okay.
Some of the guys don't have their emails working, so
I got it.
I'll share with you.
I'll share.
You got the regular one?
Yeah, we're gonna go there.
You guys can have this one too, if you'd like.
Dave's been on sabbatical. We don't know.
Can I see that?
You have the sealed one.
Yeah, the survey. So what we're really talking about is the
Side window, that would be.
yeah, the awning, right? The porch awning.
See it on the.
Yep.
It's just an awning?
That awning.
Am I remembering this correctly, that the awning part that's extending out is actually over walkway?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thought I brought the picture.
Side yard.
looks to me like there's a bunch of pre-existing nonconformities
Right.
that are dragged into this, but the only new, let me understand it. So there's an awning that was put over the top of the garage.
Correct.
And the awning, does it hang over the edges of the garage a little bit, and that's what's causing the added coverage?
Yeah, but I think just because it's non-conforming overall, from the road to the house, from the side yard to the house.
In other words, like, I see like the dotted line on the plan extends beyond the current footprint.
Yeah,
Is it that little extra that's adding there's like a 0.6% added to the lot coverage, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
That must be it. I don't know. That was Ben that did that.
And that brings in the pre-existing conditions of the lot area with the rear yard. You're not doing anything that's impacting the rear yard,
No.
No.
right? But it's an existing nonconformity.
Mm-hmm.
Front yard, same thing. You're not changing, or are you changing the front yard?
No.
No.
Okay. And then the side yard, same thing. You're not impacting any of the yards. It's just the little bit of increased coverage that then triggers all the others, the
Right.
pre-existing nonconformities.
Right.
Okay.
It's the lot itself.
According to Ben's letter, it's, the rear yard is an encroachment because of the proposed addition.
Oh, it is?
The rear yard's 60 feet, the west side rear of the house is 3 feet from the property line, an encroachment of 57 feet because of the proposed addition.
It's existing 3 feet now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
60 and 3. That's got to be the back deck, huh? The
Yeah,
rear-
there's a back deck that's been, came with the house.
You see? Kevin? So here,
There shouldn't be any new lot coverage change.
and
From
so
the
that-
Is that
stairwell?
the staircase?
I think that's the staircase.
It's probably the
Right.
staircase
So they
we asked
needed a new
about.
staircase to get
The
to.
staircase down to the walkway,
Oh, okay. Where's that?
right where that roof is. It's not there yet, but proposed.
Could you
right-
point it out?
By the awning?
Right by
That would
that
come down
shed.
onto the pavers here?
No, it'll be here. He's looking to put,
Oh, he's looking, okay, so
yeah,
these.
so I think that was the question as the,
Porch awning, oh, is this the, all right.
because this project so far hasn't added anything. They essentially just changed a window into a wall and then fixed the roof on top of the garage because the garage was leaking. But that shouldn't change anything in
And
terms
so
of lot
that's
coverage.
what's bringing you, see, what's throwing me off on this survey is because it's not shown.
Yeah.
So you didn't have the survey done after you did the stairs?
Stairs aren't done yet.
Stairs aren't done.
But I don't see any offsets on this survey. Do you, Zach? You see from, how they pull, I see the front where you got 16.6 to the front yard. I see the backyard offset, but I don't see any side yard offsets.
Maybe the .6 is the little overhang that's going to be slightly different than before? Maybe what
That's
you
the backyard.
No,
You see?
No, that's, the
I think
overhang should be in
this-
the front yard.
The little overhang in the dotted line that goes beyond the existing footprint, I think, is what's adding to the coverage?
Yeah.
Or is it this,
Well, it's adding to the coverage and to the side yard setback. So here's your front yard setback.
right?
Here's your rear yard setback.
Right.
I don't see any side yard pulls
Oh, there's 14.6.
on that side. So where do we see on this side? So both sides?
It's just the 14.6 on that side, existing condition, and then the total side yard is supposed to be
65.
And so somewhere on here,
Right,
it
that's
should be.
right.
So you're planning a staircase that comes down off the side?
Yep, to an existing walk.
Does it show it on
To an
that
existing walkway?
drawing?
It's on the
Zach?
drawing,
It does?
it's not on the survey.
It's-
I don't see it on the drawing. on the house plans, but not on the survey.
These stairs here. So the coverage looks like his driveway's here, and you come up on the side.
Yeah, I don't,
You know what, could, the board is, I think everybody's confused. Can you please just explain it and very, like, use the diagram or just explain it to the board, what it is that you're actually doing and where? And what's shown on the plans and what's not in terms of the dimensions, because we've got to figure all this out.
Sure, we have,
You need a set of plans back?
yeah,
Here, I took yours, you take mine. Take it back. Here. You can take this one too, I don't need this at all.
all right, so we had this pre-existing garage, concrete garage with a sunroom on top of it that had these angled windows that weren't real windows, and it leaked. So what we went ahead and did was we straightened the gable end to a traditional peak and added a shed roof over the rest of the existing walkway. We would also like to add a staircase down from that to the existing paver walkway on the side of the house. So what we've done that's over is, I guess, the eave, could be the eave on the new roof, and the stairs that don't exist yet.
So, I apologize, because it's me, but the dotted lines that you're showing on the plan, that, you know, it says porch, is on the survey map, the dotted lines on the area closest to Forest Glen.
Yes, that's the new porch roof.
That's been constructed, or that's to be
Correct.
constructed?
That's what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Picture in front of it.
That's what you're looking
That's this?
at. Yep,
So that's okay, so that's just a roof over the existing garage?
correct.
Okay,
Shouldn't change the lockup.
right, so it just maybe just a little bit like we were talking.
Eaves hang over
The eaves are
slightly
hanging over, and that
the
adds to the
existing
coverage.
footprint of the
Yeah,
house.
and
Or
the eave
is-
just
No,
to
that's-
match
that's
the
not-
existing eave.
That's not
well,
adding to
that's not
coverage.
adding to the coverage. This,
It's just the staircase.
now, the stairs will add to the coverage and also add to the encroachment of the side yard.
That's the 0.6%.
Right.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah. That's right. So Zach, what are the stairs, 7 feet,
7.5 by 7.5, it says.
7.5 by 7.5?
Yeah. And it's very hilly over there. If you don't have stairs,
Yeah.
you're going to be walking up through the
Yeah.
mud. It makes sense.
Well, this is a clear case of denial if I've
Yeah.
ever seen one.
Yeah, 7.4 by.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Now I got it.
the paperwork does say add a staircase, so that was,
Yep.
that's exactly what it's going over, just the staircase.
Anyone on the board have any more questions? Does anyone in the public have any comments on this project here? If there's no more comments from the public, or you guys have anything else to add? No?
No, I don't think so, not unless you guys have any other questions.
You got something, Kevin?
No.
All right, at that, I'm gonna make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Counselor, do you have the 5?
Sure, I can go over it with you. As you all know, the board applies a balancing test weighing the benefit to the applicant against the detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the community by the grant of the variances. And that's guided by 5 factors. The first one is whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties will be created by the granting of the variance. Anybody?
No.
No.
Okay. Next is whether the benefit sought can be achieved by some other feasible method.
Not really.
No. Stairs are stairs.
Next is whether the variance sought is substantial.
No.
No.
Next is whether the variance would have an adverse effect or impact on the physical conditions, or physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood.
No.
No.
And last is whether the difficulty is self-created.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds like all the factors are lining up towards a grant. Does anybody have any, conditions that they might want to include in a motion to approve, beyond the usual and customary ones, like compliance with all laws, rules, and regulations, payment of all due fees, et cetera?
Can we make it a condition to, when the stairs are completed, that we get a photo of that or a picture of that? Is that unreasonable?
You mean for the building department file to show what's there?
Yeah, just so we can see that, it's roughly 7.4 by 7.4 and we didn't get schnookered.
Well,
7.4 by 7.8.
well, what you can do to rather than request the photo, I think it would probably be better off limiting the grant, conditioning the grant on following the plans submitted. So whatever the dimension shown in the plans that are dated, last revised,
Right.
whatever these are, right? Are these the plans that show the dimension of the stairs somewhere?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you could condition it upon, the applicant following the plans dated, drawing number 8-1, dated June 10, 2021.
Yeah, let's do that. And,
It's a matter of enforcement after that. Then if they build it with some other dimension, then that's a matter of code enforcement and,
that's going to be on
yeah.
the building department.
right.
All right, I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to approve this application with the stipulation that the stairs are built to spec via the plan that was given to us here at this meeting.
Second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and then if you could take another motion
Yeah.
to direct me to prepare a resolution and authorize the chairman to
Make a motion for the attorney to create a resolution for the chairperson to sign.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Have a good night. Good luck.
Thank you.
You too. Would
Night.
you like these off?
Leave them
No,
on.
you can leave them on.
them
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I have one question. What happens next?
We'll build your stairs.
Let's go Mets.
When I get the resolution signed, I will send you a copy of the signed resolution, and then you report back to the building department and do that we have to.
Got it.
Awesome, thank you.
Have a good night.
Night.
Okay, since we skipped over Pena,
Here now.
yeah. Next up, Pena. How you doing? I'm doing okay. I'd like to make, like to make a motion to open up the public hearing.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You state your name, please?
My name is Isaúl Peña Palma.
How you doing tonight?
I'm fine.
Good to see you. Good to see you. So, what we have here, I think you gave us a pretty complete package last time when you were here with your survey. I have a note, the note that I have, we needed to verify the lot coverage by surveyor. Does anyone else have that note? Or am I just shot?
I have that note on this set of plans with an asterisk, need to verify lot coverage by surveyor.
Then out of everything that, all through here, most of it was pre-existing non-conforming.
Non-conforming, yeah.
Until we got to the rear yard and the lot coverage. Right, where the existing estimate as survey is 24% with a difference of 9%. Yeah, those are the only two that we have in front of us. Did you get the lot coverage verified by the surveyor?
No.
So then go ahead there, give us a recap of what you're trying to accomplish here.
Okay. So we got a house, right? The house, we tried to redo a room on top of the deck. Yes. So we closed a permit for the deck, and we just tried to redo a room.
That was the deck, you tore it down?
Yes.
The room up on the deck, you tore it down and it's already done?
It's already.
Right.
Yes.
You built it to the same specifications as the previous deck?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all crystal clear now.
So it's been constructed right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it has been constructed. It was in, and it was there when you purchased it. It was like that when you purchased the home, the back room on the deck was in
Yes.
bad shape,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So what they did is they tore it down and they constructed it to make it stable, the same dimensions, same location.
You haven't rebuilt the room yet, though, have you?
No.
No,
No.
correct.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
the deck is still there. They tore
The
down
deck
the
is
old
still
room.
there, right?
So there was a permit or a failed permit previously for the
Right.
room. And then he purchased the house and now he wants to go through the proper
Yep.
channels and do it correctly.
Yes, thanks, Zach. But he's going to be building the same,
Yes.
and we didn't have any plans of that, did we? Of what you're gonna be building?
No, we have,
Yes.
You have them there? Why didn't I get? Oh,
have a
last
whole-
week. These are the ones that didn't come to us last week. No, that's not it.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, because it's on the proposed, where, on the survey, right, it's, you got it penciled in where it is with a 20-foot offset to the rear yard. And a 39-foot offset to the side yard. We have the plans, we have the surveys. Anyone else on the board have any further questions? If not, is there anyone in the public that has any comments on this project? Now would be the time to come on up.
How you doing, guys?
Doing well, you?
My name is Pete Prue. I live at
Pete, sit down, just speak into the mic, please.
My name is Pete Prue. I live at 17 Scenic View Drive, which is the top of Hayne Drive. And I watched my neighbor over here significantly improve his property since he's been there. The place was a wreck, and he's cleaned up the whole place. The curb appeal's there. He's not harming anything. In fact, I felt like he was kind of dealt a bad set of cards with the existing conditions that house was closed without those permitted rooms and whatnot. So when I got the notice in my mailbox, and I just found out last week why he was applying for variances, I wanted to just speak on his behalf, because the place was a wreck for years, garbage, a non-conforming shed out by the street. Well, I looked, turned the other cheek, but I live up top, and I've, done a lot of work on my home. I also plow the road for the neighborhood and everything. And it's great to have somebody that's taking pride in their home and fixing it up. So that's all I got.
Thanks, Pete.
Very much.
Thank you very much.
How much did he
Appreciate
pay you? Yeah. I'm just kidding. I appreciate
you.
the comments.
Twice since he's been there, but
Yeah.
I see him out there every week.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Any other comments from the public?
And for the record, it looks like the variances, again, there's a lot of pre-existing non-conforming, a lot of
Yeah.
area width, front yard, side yard, the rear yard. I mean, he's staying in the same footprint as to what
Yeah.
was
Right.
there. So I guess that's,
By default, that's a pre-existing.
it's pre-existing. The lot coverage, I guess, is essentially pre-existing. I'm not sure if the deck counted.
Yeah, I think that
or
was
not.
the question. The lot coverage potentially could have been smaller than what was originally estimated, because we weren't sure about the decks.
Right.
Yeah.
Any more comments?
The only question I have is, what do you want to do about that lot coverage number, right? So it's,
Yeah, it's the same
Well, it was.
from what I remember the last time, and then seeing what we have here and how he's gonna fall within the same, with the same footprint of the deck,
we'll take it as
Yeah.
like Ben has given his number at 24.
Right.
And, we can rely on that.
yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty, if there's no more comments from the public or from the board, I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to close this public hearing.
Second motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then I'd like to move on to, Dave, can we hit the factors?
Sure. Again, as you know, it's a balancing test, benefit to the applicant, that the applicant is seeking against the detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the community, if any, guided by 5 factors. The first is, would there be any adverse impact on the change in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties by reason of the grant of the variance?
No.
No.
Is there some feasible alternative for the applicant to pursue that would gain the same benefit?
No.
No.
Is it substantial?
No.
Is there any adverse impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district?
No.
And was it self-created?
The rare no.
No.
I guess in the technical legal sense it is, because he took, I'm sure he took with knowledge that there was of what the zoning code said, but it's certainly not determinative, right?
I don't know. I don't think he,
Yeah.
I don't think, he didn't
Right,
have,
I think he
didn't
bought it in
know.
that condition.
He didn't know that. What he thought he was buying.
Understood,
Yeah,
understood.
but no,
the-
you're right. If
Yeah,
the due
you-
No, I know what
diligence,
you're
if the
saying.
due,
Yeah, I
if the due
understand.
diligence was done, and it's funny how that didn't get picked up in, the municipal search and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
didn't get picked up. Understood.
Yeah,
I know, either way, that factor is not determinative, as you all know,
Okay.
so. Okay.
All right, then I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to approve this application.
And I would suggest that you put a condition on it, the usual conditions, but one other condition that it follow the plans and not stray from the existing footprint of that deck.
Yes, as the attorney said, to go ahead and approve this with the stipulation of following the plans that were given to this board here. And I guess the enforcement then on that would go to the building department. So I'd like to go ahead and make that motion for approval.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Then I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to have the attorney draw up a resolution for the chairman to sign.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Have a
Good night.
Thank you, have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah. Take care.
Thank you.
All righty. Moving along, we have returning projects. And first on the returning would be Russell.
My name is Brandon Russell. I live at 12 Lakeview Drive.
How you doing tonight?
Good.
So you give us a recap and explain to the board what you're trying to achieve here?
Yes, so I was here a month ago, and I originally had the architectural plans done on a survey that wasn't recent enough for the building department. And so I had a new survey done, but the plans weren't on that. And so Ben was okay with showing the plans on the old survey, but nonetheless, where we were last time is you needed copies of the new survey. So I submitted those to Noreen, and both, you should have copies of that. But
This
what
is the new survey, Noreen, is what we're looking at, where he's got inked in new deck and new addition?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. No, he was asking if that was the newest one. Yeah.
So basically, the scope of the project is putting a roughly a 11-foot by 18-foot deck on the back of the house facing the lake, and then adding on to the living room, which squares off to the entranceway. It's a very small addition. It's 12 feet by 5 feet wide, 60 square feet.
There already a deck there?
What's the question?
You said you're putting a new deck in. Was there a pre-existing deck there and you took it
No,
down?
there was never a deck
Okay.
there. This is a new deck.
Just a set of stairs there?
There is an existing set of
Stairs.
stone and box stairs, concrete stairs, yeah.
So on this survey here, I know we asked for a survey, and I wasn't quite sure what you were saying, that Ben was happy with whatever. So, but did your surveyor mark this survey up?
What's the question again?
The survey that you gave us, this new survey, right? And that's the one that I got from you yesterday, Noreen? Where it says new deck and new addition.
Yeah,
Did this survey,
yeah.
right? So was that done by the surveyor, or was that done by,
Well, this is done, yeah, so let me just go back again, so these plans here, originally done back in March, were based on the fact that I assumed the survey I had when I purchased the house in 2013 would be okay. So the architect on the back page showed the drawing on there, and when I went in to the building department, he said the survey needs to be less than 5 years old. And that ended up being a 2+ month kind of delay, and at that point, I submitted the survey, and Ben said he was okay with not having having to have the architect redo the plans. So what I wrote in the red is what I drew on here based on the plans, but it's to scale.
so on this survey, do you have, is that the original copy that you have right there of the survey?
The original, I have an original copy with the seal.
Because I don't see the seal on these. Usually when we ask for the survey, they'll stamp
But you should.
the copies also.
Copy, but it's a seal here.
Yeah, but usually, usually they press them, the emboss.
These copies were photocopied.
That's what I'm saying. Do you have the original?
I do. I don't know if I have it with me. I didn't know. I can get you that.
Yeah. Next time, because I just want to see that one with the raised seal on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one had asked me these details before I came in this.
Yeah. No. If you have it with the raised
Oh, I
stamp.
definitely have it.
Yep.
I definitely have it.
Yeah. Just bring it the next time when you come
Sure.
in.
So the only variances that are sought are all pre-existing conditions, like, or does the,
Can't be, because he's putting an addition.
These are new additions. There's nothing pre-existing except for the existing house.
no, I understand. I guess the only things I have in my notes are, they're the variances. I have lot width, right? That's pre-existing.
Pre-existing.
Right, the side yard.
Side yard, pre-existing.
Yeah, because that's pre-existing, because you're not building it anything closer to that one side. You're just
No.
squaring it off on the existing
Exactly.
line.
That's correct.
So that single yard and total side yard are all pre-existing conditions based
Correct.
upon the existing structure. And then I see a note that the garage has a rear yard. It says rear yard, but it can't be rear yard. I'm looking at it. It's got to be side yard.
Side yard.
Oh, because it's an accessory structure on the side property line.
Yes.
It needs to be 5, but it's 3.7.
Yeah, so the garage is about less than a couple of feet from the property line. The existing entrance and this addition is 15 feet from the property line.
Right.
Versus the other side of the house is 4 feet from the property line.
You're not creating any new encroachments. It's just that the expansion of the building has triggered the need for variances for the other existing conditions.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, you're right, Dave. Where he's staying, they're all pre-existing, non-conforming. He's staying within the footprint of his house there.
I guess at most you could say he's expanding the degree of nonconformity on the side yard.
The side yard.
On the total side yard.
Yeah.
Only in that he's not going any closer. He's just making more length of the house.
It would just be more lot area coverage.
That's it. Okay, I got it.
Yep. Okay, if the board doesn't have any more questions on this project, and just remember, next time, bring that
Yeah.
that survey, because
important.
I want to see that stamp on it. I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to set a public hearing for
October 22nd.
October 22nd.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so next month, you'll come in for the public hearing, and we'll just go through what we've gone through here, bring the
Seal-
the
survey.
survey with the seal on it, and we'll go from there.
So what about all the letters? Do I send those out?
You'll have to
I
speak to
will have
Noreen.
We'll
to
take care of
draft a
that.
letter for you. I will let you know when I have it done, and I will send you the list, the letter, and I will send you the mailing list. You'll have to mail it out to all people 10 days prior to the meeting, and it gets published in the newspaper as well.
Okay. But you'll stay in touch with me on all that? Okay, great. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Good
much.
night.
Good night. Okay, next up on returning projects is Luciano. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have my, please step up. I don't have my packet with me on the Luciano because I didn't think he was coming this evening.
He was scheduled for a public hearing this evening. It has been published in the newspaper, but I sent him his letter and the mailing list, and he did not get it till after the cutoff of the mailing. So it has to be motion to be on next month as
Okay.
a public hearing.
Okay,
He'll have to get a new letter and everything so he can do the mailings, and I'll have to republish it in the newspaper.
okay.
So it's just up to the board basically to set the new date of October 22nd if you choose.
How you doing tonight, all right?
Good, how are you?
Okay. That's your understanding?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to set a public hearing for Luciano for October 22nd.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All righty, so we'll set this up for next month. And just keep in touch with Noreen.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Pay attention to your emails. You'll get the letter with the mailing list for you to do it, and it has to be done 10 days prior. You're welcome.
Okay. Moving on to new projects.
Our first project is not here.
Our first project is not here. That's happened, the second time that's happened today.
Do we have a packet on, you're talking about Gross, Raywood, 14 Raywood? I don't have anything on that.
I just give it to you.
Oh, was that?
I don't think I got anything from you
okay.
tonight. Did I?
Maybe you gave it a,
Okay.
I don't think Dave was,
What's that, yours?
I mean, I know I haven't been here the last 2 months, so it's easy,
Who-
you know.
who am I?
I'm like a ghost, in all fairness.
That
you're
that
not
hit in the
happy.
head was a little harder than we thought.
What was his name? The vice president for Ross Perot? Who am I? Why am I here?
This is not my beautiful wife. My God, how did I
What
get
was
that?
that guy's name?
Little fucking head there.
Yes. All right, so if our first new,
Did you get this one? Did you get this one, Dave?
What's that?
In the envelope, Mr. Wagshaw?
I didn't get nothing, I didn't get anything here tonight, but I got something by email on Wagshaw.
Gross has been hanging out for like a year.
There was talk about it last year, And
So,
I think you said that they submitted, but then asked to hold it, so it's been
yeah,
held,
we've been
right?
holding it for LIPA, and he should have been here this evening, but I will make sure you get he probably
I
has,
never got a packet. That's my packet?
that's Mr. Wagshaw.
Oh, this is Wagshaw. So I,
I will send you Mr. Gross. I
okay, yeah.
guess I
so-
miscounted when I
So
came up
this one, I'm
tonight.
just gonna hand back on Wagshaw because
You
when
printed
we
it.
get there,
Here.
I have to recuse myself.
2008,
How do you
2008,
recuse yourself without an
2018.
attorney then?
What's that?
How do we go forward without
I
an
didn't
attorney?
realize it till just before I came up here today. I talked to the chairman on Wagshaw, but I'll explain in a second
Oh,
when we get there.
that's fine, I'm sorry. I'll shut
Yep,
up.
that's okay.
All right. Next up, new project is Wagshaw.
Okay, so
Sander?
Come on up.
So first, before we get started, I have to recuse myself on this because way back in another life in 2008, my partner, at the time, no longer my partner, represented Mr. Wagshaw in regard to this particular property. And I actually made an appearance before the Monroe Zoning Board, in filling in for my old partner. So I have represented this applicant on this property, even though it's 16 years ago. I don't think it would be ethically proper for me to sit as board attorney under those circumstances. So I'm going to recuse myself on this one. And I'm sorry for the short notice. Frankly, I hadn't looked at the application at all until today, and I called the chairman as soon as I realized it. And
Are we move forward today? Can we talk without you?
The answer is, again, I'll give you generic advice, not related to the application. If you feel comfortable hearing, from an applicant without counsel, you guys have been doing this long enough.
Yeah,
You know kind
okay.
of what
No,
you're doing.
yeah, that was very-
It's just that if you need legal advice, I can't give it to you.
I understand.
That's all.
Understood.
But so usually whenever I recuse myself, I actually physically get up and move away from the podium. So I'm going to do that now. I'll just step down and the record will reflect that.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Okay.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine.
Good. Keep that microphone close to you. State your name, please.
Sure. My name is Michael Sandor, Sandor. I'm with MJS Engineering out of Goshen, New York.
Okay. So this is your first appearance in front of this board. So why don't you?
Let me give an introduction.
Yeah. Sounds
Okay,
please,
I wrote.
yeah.
I sent a packet with all the information you have requested, but I think my cover letter really summarizes the project. All right. So the above applicant submitted a building permit application on August 7th, 2023 for a second-story addition on an existing three-car garage. The building department issued a letter of response on August 17th, 2023, denying the application due to the schedule of district regulations in the SR10 zone regarding the side yard and the lot coverage. In reviewing the history of the project, it is noted that the zoning board issued a side yard variance for the same structure, for the same distance, I should say, side yard, on July 17th, 2008. The building department requested an additional variance for the lot coverage. And the reason why they asked for the lot coverage is the zoning code was revised from, back then it was a 40% coverage, and they revised the code to 15% coverage. And I think the board's familiar with that. I'm sure there's a lot of applicants that have come before you. I know I have on a previous project. So the variance we're requesting is actually a revariance of the 20 feet versus the 30-foot required, and the lot coverage from 15% to 28.2%. Again, the revision of the lot coverage was revised in the 2018 revision of the zoning code. So I submitted a complete packet with an updated survey, And I can see why sometimes it takes a while to get a survey because everybody's very busy. So the survey you have is the survey as of today, and it was performed by my office. Now, as far as the footprint and the items that were shown on the plan, really not too much has changed since 2008, when the applicant made the application for the side yard variance for 20 feet. So we're requesting a side yard variance of 20 feet, which was previously granted, and I have that in your packet. I actually have that whole variance application and the actual decision. And we recalculated the percent coverage down to the 28.2% of the total lot coverage for this lot. So that's
Got the original variance. Has anything changed?
nothing's changed because when they requested the 20-foot variance at the side yard, the building was installed, and the actual distance is 20.6 feet.
And the variance was granted?
It was already granted. So we're here for a revariance, I should say. And in my career, working here in the Monroe for almost 40 years, I always thought that a variance ran with the land, and I might be wrong, so.
So, in your cover letter, the above referenced applicant submitted a building permit application on August 7, 2023 for a second-story addition.
In other words,
To a second-story addition to an existing three-car garage,
that's correct.
right? So where I'm a little confused is, so when I'm looking at your survey here, and just to be consistent, I try to be as consistent as I can, because I cannot rely on my good looks anymore, is, do you have the original copy with the raised seal on it for the survey? Because
I submitted to the board the seal that's embossed in red.
yeah,
Now, if you're familiar with New Jersey, in New Jersey, you cannot stamp a plan.
yeah, but
You
we're
have
not,
to have a raised
we're not,
seal.
yeah, we're not in Jersey though.
That's right. So what you have in front of you is a valid
Yeah, but
copy of a survey.
But in New York, when you're also making the copies, you can emboss the copies. You could sit there, once you make them, you could put the seal right on your copy so where I could feel it.
That's not necessary in New York.
Well,
I'm telling you, it's not necessary in New York.
doesn't matter what's necessary. I'm just saying, do you have it so I could have it? If you have an original, then you have the raised seal on yours, or no?
I'd have to go back to the office.
Yeah, check.
All I'm
Check
s-
how.
I can look for a raised
Yeah,
seal.
that's what I'm asking
I'm
you.
saying in New Jersey, you must have a raised seal,
Yeah.
an embossed seal.
Uh,
In New York, it's not required.
But I'm asking for it.
We'll get it to you.
Thank you. So when I'm looking at your survey here, so I'm guessing where you have your two-story frame, that's the building that we're talking about?
Yes,
Right, so that's the garage that you got the variance for back in whenever.
2008.
2008.
So now you're looking to take that, according to your letter here, you're looking to do a second-story addition on the existing three-car garage,
That's correct.
right? So is that second-story addition, do you have plans for that? What is it that you're planning to do on that second story?
It's my understanding that that second story was installed, so he's basically getting an after-the-fact building permit.
So he didn't get a permit to do the second story.
That's my understanding.
So so you're gonna have to go back, because is there plans of that work that was done?
Probably more than likely, that would have to be, processed through the building department.
Yeah. So it's not as simple as a revariance of a building that was a variance of before. Does that make sense? He put a garage, and now they built a second story without a permit for that addition. Does that pretty much sum it up?
Yes.
All right, so what I would like to see is there plans for this second-story addition that was already done, when it was done, and if you can find the raised seal of the survey for me.
I know I can get you the raised seal. I don't know if plans were.
Well, you're gonna have to check with your client there and see.
I'll have to do that.
Yep,
Photos?
yeah, and photos, yes.
I'm sorry,
Photos,
Photos of what it looks like now after it was constructed.
of the building?
yeah.
Yeah, I can get that to you.
Do we have permission to visit the site?
Yes, I believe there's a signed affidavit.
Yeah,
I stopped by before.
yeah,
Yes, that was part of the packet.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
What you think there, Zach?
It's a really big building already, so.
The only thing I would recommend, if you do go out, call my office or call the applicant, just to let them know someone's going out there.
Zach, was it something you could see from your car?
Oh,
From
yeah.
the road?
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't, yeah.
Well, no, you have to go down, it's like a little bit of a private road. You can't see it from, I think
Okay,
it's
so we
7th
are
Street.
going onto private property.
I don't think, technically, I think it's a road. It might be a private road, but it didn't say any signs, so.
Okay,
I think it's an unimproved street.
Yeah, I think that's the
okay,
case of it.
okay, so that's, okay. We try not to actually go on the property if we don't have to.
I'm sorry?
We try not to actually go on the property, and if we do, we give notice.
Yeah, but if you went down the street, everybody has cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
I call my office, you
Call
have
your
my
office.
number, and I'll make
Absolutely.
sure that.
Yeah, I don't want.
And just give me
yeah.
a date and time, I'm sure there's no problem.
Yeah.
I'm just making some notes here for when we see you next time. Building drawings, plans, survey, raised seal, photos. Any other comments from? Yeah. Is that on the? Is it on the survey? Do you have the lot coverage on the survey, sir?
No.
Okay, so the lot coverage need to be verified.
I'm not sure what you mean by verify.
Calced out.
I calculated that out.
Where, yeah,
I
that's
have
what I
it in the
just said.
application,
Yeah,
and I signed the application.
It's in his bulk table.
On page 1 or 2 of one of the,
Yeah.
the forms you send out.
Right on your hand.
okay.
Yes, letterhead.
Yep, got it.
You're asking for it on the survey itself, though.
Survey. Well, I guess your office did that calculation?
Yes. Is that something you want on the survey?
Yeah, doesn't, as long as you're saying that your office has done these calculations, a lot of times it's put right on the survey where it's just easy, but that's 6 of one, half dozen the other. As long as you're saying that these are cracked out by the surveyors or the engineer at this firm, that's fine.
All right.
What is the, do we know the height is the maximum, do we know what the height of that building is? So I don't see that in that bulk table, where we have the maximum height is 35 feet, 2.5 stories, and the existing is left blank. You see that?
Saw it before. Whole building.
It's tall.
I'll get that for you.
Okay.
Appreciate
I'll
that.
get that.
Yep. So building plans and when it was done. And you're saying it was done without a permit?
Yes. That's my understanding.
Any reason for that?
I can't answer that.
All righty, if there's no other questions from the group here, we'll just continue this yes, I know, I stopped myself there. We'll continue this next month, October 22nd, and you'll bring us that information, and we'll go from there.
Sure, so I understand what you're requesting is any building plans and when the construction took place,
Correct?
a sealed drawing for the survey,
Yep.
photos, fill out the building height, site visit notice, coordination, and the meeting would be on October 22nd.
Correct.
I have no other questions.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
So submission for all of this stuff is October, whatever that Tuesday is.
It's on the website.
Yeah, I believe it's the 1st. October 1st is the submission to be on the October meeting. And you'll want to do that because then if they are set to do a public hearing for you in November, that's the last meeting of the year is November.
According to this list, that's doable.
Perfect.
All right?
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Yeah, thank you. Safe ride home.
Nice seeing you again.
Yes.
I think that's all we have on the agenda for this evening. So I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to close this ZBA meeting.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.